Somewhere in PewDiePie land,
Hey, how's it going, bros?
My name is Mark.
there was an indie company called Frictional Games. They made a series called Penumbra, but after that series, they were financially poor. So what they do? What if we made this game into a horror game?
Alright, so did we go in here? Yeah, we did. Alright, let's just strut my way.
This is Amnesia The Dark Descent. I've already played this game years ago, and I simply wanted to talk about it. This was my favorite horror game, until a certain silent game that takes place in the hills. I'll talk about Silent Hill 2 whenever I'm ready. And this is just a simple, somewhat retrospect. But without further ado, let's go.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
The game starts off with you waking up, and the game lets you play around with the physics engine. It's so much fun just picking shit up and just throwing them. But the way you open doors? Yeah, that's right. You manually must click on the door and move it with your mouse. That is terrifying to me. What if something is chasing you and you must guess which way the door opens? Ooh, spooky. Here's another mechanic we get introduced, the sanity system. Our main character, Daniel, has nyctophobia, the fear of the dark. If he stays in the dark a bit long, he'll lose sanity and make your vision blurry and hard to control your camera, basically putting input lag in it. So don't be in the dark for too long. And here's my favorite light source in gaming history, the lantern. This bad boy is your main light source, but it's limited since it does run on oil. Whenever you pull that thing out, make it count, and pray you find another lantern fuel. And of course, there's tinder boxes. You can light up candles and torches with this. It's basically a supportive light source. If you don't have any oil left, just, plop one out. And that's all for the starter mechanics. Now it's time for the lore.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Well, that's our purpose of this story. We find a man and kill the man. But why did Daniel say redeem us both? Now here begins our questions. Who is Daniel? Or was Daniel?
Who the fuck is this nigga?
We will know more once we finish the game. Pull that lever down and get straight to the first section of the map. The Grand Hall.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Amnesia's way of storytelling is not just by reading notes. It shows you memories from the past. And I like this way of storytelling, but our main objective is to destroy this flesh wall. Fuck that! I want out! Oh shit. That's the shadow that Dan was talking about. That's our first monster. It's basically our nemesis of the game, forever hunting us down till we die.
Give it to you.
And let's go to our first room, the laboratory. Another cool thing about Amnesia is it can tell you the lore while loading into a room, such as this. Pretty neat, right?
Someone's coming.
Quite the ambience this game has, right?
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aquaforce.
Ew, reading! Don't worry, I'll read it for you. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae, the form of a compound select by the potency I need. But I sense I'm close. Calamine and arpiment are given and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Fortis and hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put any of use, except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on when I find myself doing terrible things. I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for a life, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only care for judgment and safe return. Well, after reading all those notes, we know our main objective. We have to break bad. So we gotta go to the archives then. Oh.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
I think I love about Amnesia is its ambience. Of course, from the laboratory you would have guessed, but here is a whole nother thing. The game's ambience is to fuck with your mind, like random bugs falling, the wind in your ear, and the damn weird deep humming. Don't worry, that's part of the ambience. Maybe.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
The fuck?
The 17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Another thing about this game, it's very puzzle based. So use that brain of yours. These are easy puzzles. But after completing a puzzle, you'll be rewarded with your sanity being fixed. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent and minded handling of human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigations from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter have been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Now grab the key for the wine cellar. Oh shit! Oh, quite the dark room. Let's just find our potions.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Now, I'm gonna glaze the game real quick. You cannot look at the monster.
Huh?
Well, if you do, you'll lose sanity. This is the quickest way to lose sanity. This shows the player to maybe just take a quick look at the monster and immediately hide or travel around the monster. You can use the darkness as an advantage too, but you'll lose sanity as well. You can't use your lantern because it will show the monster where you are. Decisions.
Huh?
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to Castle Brandenburg. As most aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed Knight of Order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that nature of the contract was sordid, and the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I've been rewarded during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position with noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Castle Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended to the stairs, But he insisted, and he joined us in the toast. The wine tasted fine, and my mind drank without restraint. So begins the punishment of our sins. The Baron has locked us up in the return upstairs. Forgive me what I've done. I was weak and fell into his diabolical ways. My men are screaming, their skins have been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolting against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes. I can no longer. Now that we find all 4 chemicals, we can... Oh wait, but there's a puzzle to solve. This is a very simple puzzle, but there's 2 ways you could solve this. Either by taking advantage by the physics engine, or just do this. Yeah, most people fucking stacked boxes.
Nope, I'm dumb. Dumb. Ah, smart.
And let's get the fuck out of here.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb? 25th of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it. I've taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly. Yesterday, I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with care and we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
Oh, this looks fucked.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's our second monster. Yeah, she's the fucking fish monster. In the development, this part was supposed to be a kraken tentacle instead of a fish, but budget was low, so they used water splashes. This scared millions of people.
Oh, can I use my lantern? Yeah, I guess. Get up! Get up!
Oh, give me something to stand on!
A neat detail is that you can throw shit in the water and he'll simply go towards there. So use this as your advantage. What if something is chasing you and you must guess which way the door opens? Holy fuck! I don't know about you, but this is by far my favorite safe room music of all time.
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
We need to fix an elevator. Now let's see our room options. The storage, aka the Milky Way room.
Oh shit, I have a bag of Milky Way.
The guest rooms, and the study room. Let's save the best for last. What's so cool about the study room? I'm lying. So a cool thing this game tells you is it uses actual real people for its lore, like Henrik Cornelius Agrippa and Johann Weyer. That's a cool fact. Not only this game is very good, this game could be educational. Not the orb shit. No, not about that. Oh.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw, but I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Wow, Alexander, you're a fucking monster, my guy. Jeez. Yeah, let's break this fucking random ass window. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. For where I came, mankind has not even wasted a breath. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I've gained nothing in return, Agrippa. I trusted you. It was I who in all fairness should have entered that gate.
with my journal. 2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him. 3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room? Fourth of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Now where's that damn key?
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Oh shit, I have a bag of Milky Way.
The Milky Way room. Yes, it's a spooky ass room, and its ambience will fuck with you.
Milky Way.
Well, we grabbed the drill parts. Yeah, we made an explosive. Why do you always come back?
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home. No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
Now, after putting the we just throw a rock.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
Let's see what's behind this door. Much better. Let's get the fuck out of here. Why will I hide like a little bitch? I gotta talk about our third monster, the servant grunts. Yeah, give me a round of applause, bro, for scaring a lot of people, man. These Frankenstein monsters are, don't get me wrong, they look stupid. But the fact that this game manages to make them scary is amazing. These are the average Joe's type of monsters. When they get you, then you fucking die, of course, right? But I want to mention this sound effect when they see you. Now, the reason why I started running is because I heard the little sound effect, the terror meter. Whenever you hear this sound, hide or run as fast as you can. Well, if you want to know the lore behind these guys, if you know the wine cellar incident, the soldiers died in there. Yeah, they become the servant grunts. They can hardly breathe and move, but they are surprisingly fast. The final monster is just the same as them, but even fucking worse. Now let's get the hell out of here and fix that elevator.
July 1839. Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may in fact have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow. 14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep. 17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled. I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust the Baron. He better know what he claims. If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
After fixing the elevator, the shadow gets fucking angry. It's time for our next spooky area. The dungeon.
Come, this way.
What was that?
Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a Baron is that of a prison warden. This is where criminals are locked up.
Like a dungeon?
Very much so. Come, don't linger.
The dungeons. This is the part where it gets really fucking scary. Like, look what they're gonna do to you right here.
But Mother, I don't want to leave without you.
Hurry, child. You must go. Find Gabriel, the Outrider, and tell him to alert the King's men.
No, you come too.
Please, we don't have time to make the hole any wider.
But
Someone is coming. Hurry! I'll cover the hole with a bed. Everything will be fine. I promise.
Where is she? Where did she go?
No, I won't tell. I'll never tell you.
You're just making things worse. Look, this is no place for a young girl all by herself. She could be hurt or worse. There's no telling what horrors await down there.
Now that we find a hammer and a chipper, we can go cave diving. Look, I wasn't joking. Look.
2nd of August, 1839. I have arrived at the village of Altstadt. It's a haven in the midst of a vast forest and the last stop before my final destination, Castle Brennenburg. It's late in the evening, and the Outrider, who has been with the coach since Bremen, advised me to wait until morning before I venture further. I've arranged for a bed at Der Müller, the village's only inn, and am now waiting for the sun to rise. I try to sleep, but as I close my eyes, I see the men who fell victim in London. My fear and shame forces me to witness the same scenes over and over. They are dead because of me.
Oh, look at that. Someone was making witch brew.
3rd of August, 1839. I feel like I have fled the world and all its worries. Brennenburg is a majestic creation perched upon a forest-clad hill with towers reaching well above even the highest pine trees. Following the winding road leading to the gates gives the impression of discovering something forgotten, as if journeying with Marco Polo to the hidden Xanadu. Alexander, the Baron, is a peculiar but gracious man. He seems well versed in worldly matters and is not at all as eccentric as I assumed. My room is exquisite, and I'm confident that no hotel for miles could even hope to match it. As the sun sets on Brennenburg, its fairy tale varnish turns to an eerie gloom. Alexander's strange servants are never far away. They are a quiet lot, and their behavior could only be described as skulking. Alexander seems pleased by my presence. As he puts it, it seems like I got here just in time.
Is he safe? Well, it's for his own good. Is he safe?
4th of August, 1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
I want to drink some fucking brewage. After putting the witch brew on the lock, we can finally leave this place and enter the cistern.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
The cistern isn't that long to finish. There's just only 2 puzzle rooms and 1 spooky room. So hopefully you don't mind, reading Daniel's notes until we reach to the morgue.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking?
You stupid! Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
7th of August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
I think I do want to mention about this room is that it does fuck with you, because the game tells you he's back. But in general, he's not. There's a man inside this cube, and every time you turn a valve in, he starts panicking a lot more.
8th of August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this. 9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded. What? The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor, to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
Now, you might be wondering why there's a dead body right there. We're not out here munting, alright? See, it says right there, we just need to inject the dead body's blood so we can be immune to the fungi, alright? That's all, that's all. I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow. He will not be able to pass the gate. Will he able to accept this and end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do unto him? What Agrippa done unto me?
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help! 2, 3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone come to this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep, will I wake from this nightmare? If not, I pray my heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
This gaping jaw looking motherfucker is the Brute. Or who I think it is Wilhelm. Judging by the name, the Brute, it'd be very fitting if this was Wilhelm since he was the leader of the soldiers. And my god, this design is horrifying. His head got split, but it turned into a fucking mouth, and you see the teeth and the little eye right there. Ugh. And then his right arm is replaced with a giant metal blade. This is the only monster that can one-shot you, by the way. Well, after he leaves, we can finally go to the sewers and suck the fungi gas. Yeah, what you saw right there was just a fucking illusion. So, to tell you this straight, the game was really just fucking with you, and most of the encounters were either a 50-50% chance there was a fake monster or a real monster. Wow, fuck this game.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever returns!
We gotta make this shit slower so we pass through. Oh shit! Look at Brody, man.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
In this specific counter of the Brood, he will never leave. He will forever just guard that area. So what do? He'll only go towards the area where he hears water splashes. So don't fucking run. Unless you're like me, I did nothing like that. Welcome to our final area. Hopefully, I made it entertaining for you to watch this shit.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living? Help me. Who's the switch?
Yeah, that's Agrippa. I don't have anything interesting to say about Agrippa. Besides yeah, this is a real person. But all he tells us is, we can stop Alexander by picking up 6 pieces of the orb. And he tells us one more thing before we leave. He tells us we can save him by making Johann Weier's tonic. If we break bad, we can feed this tonic to Agrippa and save him. Wire taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists me on releasing Agrippa? How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa as he is, and has been for centuries, my only link to the worlds beyond. Wire claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give Agrippa first so he can too help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige. But how am I to apart from him if my return might be denied? I know they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism isn't the most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wire told me to feed him a tonic made from paralyzer, Vitae et Tamper. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the eternal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with a proper tool. The Vitae could extract it as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need a large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamper, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply reading the word in these letters look wrong. I believe it's property of the secretion and the water-dwelling Karnk. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with the host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice it to contain it. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Well, let's get that fungi in the choir, right?
August 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain. Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
And here begins Daniel's tragedy. Whether you think Daniel's redeemable in the first place, we do gotta keep in mind, this is technically a new version of Daniel. The one that we're playing as. I'll talk about Daniel's character as soon as we pick up that last note he leaves. In the meantime, let's go to the choir.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
And Alexander's right there. But I'm not here to agree with fucking Alexander right now. I'm here to talk about this fucking room. This room has obviously been inspired by Silent Hill. And my gosh, it is the worst room by far. Not because it sucks. No. It's because it is fucking scary. But you know, let's just get the fungi and get the orb pieces out, and let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here. Did I mention the brute's here? Yeah, the brute's here. Right now, we're just trying to get the ingredients for Wire's tonic. We just grab the meat right here and put it in this rope right here and feed it to the Kyric. As soon as he's done eating, we can grab the remains. And go to our next room.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I've become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them. a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is a little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they'll demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. No, we're just here for the rope and blood, but I want to talk about one torture device that really disturbed me.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
No, please. I'll do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything. I'm innocent.
The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Okay, I'm gonna be quick with this. This is the one torture device that fucking generally disturbed me. Second place is the Raisin Bull, but it's the fucking process that gets me. They put the victim onto the fucking pointed tip, and they added weights onto it, so he was slowly lower. You see why it fucking disturbs me. Alright, enough said. Okay, if you went to the chancel before picking up the 6 orb pieces, alright, good job. That means we can pick up the bucket of tar.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
All is lost. I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me most impetuous, fearing a paucity of prisoners. I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I have tried everything, but have yet to mend the thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There is still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to wonder if I'll ever able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? Now we have all the orb pieces, we got some special surprise.
Fetch me their souls!
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work, and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Well, we could literally just do that and wait for the shadow to kill us, and you know, it's kind of nice. You know?
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. The coach went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting help. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
And here we break bad one last time. 1 egg, 1 meat, and 2 veggie balls. Now we feed it to Agrippa, and he tells us it's shit, so we cut his head off. Let's not do anything strange here, okay?
10th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down, and what is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent, but to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
There goes. This is where Bound to Baja Blast comes from.
August 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster. And now, I merely await my death. I'm too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I'm as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
Now, I barely talk about Daniel after each note, but because I want you to get invested in who Daniel was. Although he's not a very good person now, right? Or was, since he did drink the amnesia potion. Daniel's technically a new man with a horrible past. But the player has a decision. Is Daniel redeemable? That's your choice. I'm not gonna evolve into that or delve into that because I'll be honest, I'm not a very insightful man. But I want to live. But after sacrificing our insanity, we finally confront Alex. Oh oh, this man's naked. Oh. So we have 3 endings: the good ending, the bad ending, and the Grippus ending. Let's start with the bad ending. Yeah, you just die. Alexander goes back to his universe and sees his loved one. Yeah, nah, fuck you, bro.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck happened in that ending, okay? I'm sorry, this is just a strange ending. I actually don't know what the hell happened. We got reborn again into somewhere else though. I don't know. But in my personal opinion, Daniel's ending is so much better.
Don't do that. I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life? Maybe I'm saving mine too. Stop it, Daniel. You are ruining it. We are so close, I beg you. I'm just like you, Daniel. A prisoner of circumstance, trapped in a world I no longer recognize. And you killed us. You killed us both.
It was my greatest triumph, and I never looked back. You think I was afraid fleeing Brennenburg? Huh. Quite the contrary. I knew it was my purgatory. Hellfire made to wash away my sins. There's no denying the things I've done, but I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
That was Amnesia The Dark Descent. As you all know, this was a very precious game for me. Oh, well, specifically for all of us, because without this, we would have probably never had PewDiePie or Markiplier, any of the old YouTubers, really. And then not just that in the YouTube space, it also influenced a lot of games, a lot of horror games specifically. As we may know, it inspired Slenderman and Outlast and so much shit. And as for the future of this series, it's pretty inconsistent. Machine for Pigs it's a good story, but no game. And Rebirth is questionable. It's a good game, but it lacked horror. And with Bunker is where I truly believe that is good old-fashioned Amnesia. But in my opinion, with Frictional's best game they've ever made is definitely Soma. I'm more scared of Soma than the Amnesia games, and for a good reason. If this video does get like, I'd say like 100 likes, I'll probably talk about Soma. But right now, if it does get like just 10 likes, I'll cover A Machine for Pigs, if you all want to. But without a doubt, this was an amazing game. I hope you enjoyed my video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Behavior! Fix your shitty game at an Amnesia chapter now! And my life is yours.